You're not just coming at this from an NFT cash grab market angle. You have been in the aquarium industry for a long time. Speak to that. Where do you come from as far as the reef industry goes, so people don't just think? That's kind of the first thing I saw when I saw you going around. I was like, oh man, is this somebody who's just trying to like capitalize on the buzzwords and then, you know, use the people in our industry? And now the more that I know you, I don't think that's the case. You're obviously in the industry and stuff. So let people know you don't just come from the crypto side. You're trying to build the next leg of our industry and not just be swallowed up by the big three or whatever giant companies that run everything. That's what decentralization is about, and I think you're jumping on that. What we are going to be talking about is NFTs, okay? NFTs, blockchains, how this stuff is going to affect the future of our industry. If you're a business owner, if you're an influencer, or if you're just a hobbyist, this is going to affect everybody, in my opinion. Now, some of this stuff is going to be futuristic sounding or maybe even pie in the sky because we are not there yet. But I still think this is something that's relevant to where we're going in the future. So I wanted to have him on because, to be honest with you, I've seen him doing the rounds. And none of the people that I've seen him doing interviews with really knew a damn thing about blockchain or anything at all. So I said, you know what? I think he would be a perfect guest for us. Awesome. All right. So here's the deal. Episode 1, Tank Dank TV. Anthony is here with aquaculture.life. Man, I appreciate you being here so much. Before we get started, give the people a good, 2-3 minutes about yourself, where you come from, how you are in the reef industry, and what they need to know about you, brother, man. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's a very different concept to probably what you normally do, and most other content creators, stores, podcasters still can't wrap their head around what this all is. So thanks for the opportunity, and I think it's going to work perfectly with what you do so well. So the concept is NFTs, but not that. Am I allowed to swear on this?
You say whatever you want, baby.
Okay. So it's none of that JPEG digital shit. It's actually real world utility, the real use case of NFTs, which is a verifiable contract or membership with a particular store, brand, or content creator such as yourself. It is just depicted as a JPEG or a movie or a MPEG-4 or a GIF or anything like that. Just like your credit card is just a piece of plastic, it doesn't actually represent what's in your bank account, much the same as NFTs and what they can do. So aquaculture.life is think of it like an eBay style marketplace where content creators, brands, stores, influencers, and artists can create and sell their NFTs on the platform. And it looks very similar to a normal website. All the uploading of images are all the same as your normal website, literally just like eBay looks. But you're trading and creating digital assets. That's what it is.
Okay, so before anybody gets too crazy and you're like, oh, I don't get it, here's the deal. Here's the best way that I can describe an NFT to people. If I have a dollar bill and you have a dollar bill and they're both $1 bills and we swap them, there's no difference in between that. You still have a dollar, I still have a dollar. That's a fungible swap right there, okay? Now, if this dollar has a signature by Arnold Schwarzenegger and mine doesn't, it's not necessarily the same dollar. So that makes it non-fungible, meaning that when he says verifiable, we mean we can go back to a blockchain, we can see by all open source that we know for sure that this is what it is. It's basically digital scarcity. And when people maybe don't wrap their mind around digital scarcity, think of it like that. Think of it like if I swap a dollar for a dollar, it's the same dollar. If you have a Bitcoin, I have a Bitcoin, we both have Bitcoins. We could swap them, nothing changes. But if you have an NFT, a 1 of 1 or a 1 of 100, that's verifiably something rare that is on the digital landscape. So if you're not exactly sure what an NFT is, start to familiarize yourself with it because these are definitely going to be things in the future. Is that a good way to describe basically the idea of what an NFT is? And by the way, they may not be called NFTs 2 years from now. There may be a totally different name for what this is, but that's just what we're calling it right now because we're so early.
I hope they change the name NFT because it's been so trashed over the past 2 years with so much rubbish and so much negative stigma attached to the word. So I like to, obviously I need to say NFT, but I call them digital memberships. That's what we're trying to offer to industry people.
Okay, that makes sense to me. So what I gather, we've only talked 2 minutes before the stream, and we didn't talk anything about the NFTs or anything like that. What I gather you're trying to create is basically, like you said, an eBay or a marketplace where we as fish people could come together and offer, and basically your website is connecting to wallets. And if you guys don't understand what Web3 means, that's what you mean, where you're connecting outside wallets to websites. And I believe you guys use MetaMask maybe on your website. I have your website pulled up here.
Yeah, we use both. We got MetaMask and Coinbase at the moment, but you can plug these in later.
So the two biggest wallets that are used right now, they already have on their website. And basically when people say Web 3.0, that's what they mean, where you're able to attach your wallets. But it's not just a wallet that only works on that website. This wallet goes with you in other websites. So speak real quick to the people. What do you think they should be learning about? Because in my opinion, wallets is probably the most important thing that you could probably learn about when it comes to all this right now and how to stay safe with them. Is that where you would start with people when it comes to NFTs?
Yeah. So in our Discord, we've got about 1,500 people in there, and I did a free NFT drop or tutorial for 20 of the first people to reply. Of the 20 people that applied, there's about 10 that are 45 years and older. And I walked through them step by step, and I started with getting a MetaMask wallet, and they did that within 20 minutes. So yes, MetaMask I think is the easiest at the moment. And it's the first entry point into another narrative word, Web3, which is exactly what you said. It's not anything held on one particular server. It's you taking your assets in your wallet from website to website. That's what Web3 is. So yes, start with MetaMask is the best way.
Okay, so and then just for people so they know, you're not just coming at this from an NFT cash grab market angle. You have been in the aquarium industry for a long time. Speak to that. Where do you come from as far as the reef industry goes, so people don't just think, that's kind of the first thing I saw when I saw you going around. I was like, oh man, is this somebody who's just trying to capitalize on the buzzwords and then use the people in our industry? And now the more that I know you, I don't think that's the case. You're obviously in the industry and stuff. So let people know you don't just come from the crypto side. You're trying to build the next leg of our industry, and not just be swallowed up by the big three or whatever giant companies that run everything. That's what decentralization is about. And I think you're jumping on that.
That's exactly right. So on that point, crypto's come down 80% at its worst, and now it's down about 65, 70%.
Why are you bringing up bad memories, man? Come on.
Well, you can always tell who the snake oil salesmen are when things are good, they appear.
They're gone.
Right now, things are as bad as they can be, and we are still building. We started building it when things were okay, and we are continuing to build now when things are shitty. And it will remain shitty both economically and in the crypto landscape for, I think, the next year or two, possibly. So that's a good way of separating us from the rest of the trash that was there 2 years ago. We're building now when things are bad. Secondly, I do own an aquarium company. I've been in the industry myself for 15 years. The company I own is called Dalua, D-A-L-U-A. We're one of the biggest brands and importers of aquarium products in Australia, and we're also quite large in the US as well. We partner with Kush Corals, over in LA there. Friends with all the major podcasters, content creators, reef builders. We hold the reef stock here in Australia. I just don't mention that because I like to separate the me being CEO of Delua versus Aquaculture Life, so there's no favoritism played. But there will be NFTs released by Delua as a brand on Aquaculture Life, but as a totally separate entity. So, but yes, I do have skin in the game. I've got a lot of friends in high places in the aquarium industry as well. So I know a lot is on the line, and both for my brand and everything I've built up. And I'm not going anywhere. So I'm going to take this nice and slow.
Well, I understand keeping them separate for sure, and I think it's smart to do that. But I also think on a personal level, when you're out there, I think it's especially people like me who come from the crypto. I've been in crypto since 2014. So I've seen so many, scams and things come and go. I think it was important for me to know that like you are part of the aquarium industry. You're not just coming in as like a crypto dude trying to make a cash grab or whatever. So I understand keeping them separate. But I think just knowing that makes it a little bit more, personal, where it doesn't just seem like that. Because I think creating the marketplace, I think is a smart thing. I think one of the things that I would push back on, I guess, a little bit is why do it? Why not go to the eBay? And I understand it because I don't use eBay for selling corals. Everybody says, why aren't you on eBay? Because I build my own thing. Just like you, I'm guessing, why don't you go to OpenSea, which is right now, if people don't know, it's probably the largest NFT marketplace where you can sell your aquarium NFTs on there. But I would assume you'd be drowned out by everything else that's on there. So why create a marketplace specifically for reef people? Why not just do like the NFTs yourself and then, use the other things that are built already?
So OpenSea was the first and the biggest NFT marketplace, definitely, but anyone can upload an NFT and it's totally free. It doesn't actually mint the NFT as you upload. So there's a whole lot of junk and trash on there. Big name brands and NFT projects are all on OpenSea, and there's also lots of scammers on OpenSea pretending they're that particular brand. So our industry is not small by any means. If you look at it globally or just in the US, the aquarium industry is huge. So by creating an aquarium dedicated marketplace, we can actually blue tick verify the actual brands that come onto the platform first in a safe environment, and we can monitor any scams. So for instance, if Kush Corals comes on and starts selling their NFTs on our website, and then a second Kush Coral comes along and wants to start selling NFTs on the website, number one, it's going to cost them money to mint. They're not just uploading a blank image. It actually costs gas fees, more on later, to upload to our website. But number two, they won't have a blue tick verification. And number three, we can actually then ban them. Whereas if you are on OpenSea, they're not going to care about a couple of aquarium spam accounts or anything like that. They hardly even care about bigger name 10,000 NFT projects out there now, let alone smaller names. So basically it's verification. It's also a way to browse other aquarium projects or other aquarium brands on the one marketplace. When you go to OpenSea, you have to know what you look for. One, for safety, and two, because there's no browsing of particular categories. With the aquaculture website, you can browse certain categories of the aquarium hobby in a safe space that's blue tick verified. And of course, it's always still the best, the best way of sending your links to your followers is to send them a direct link to your page on Aquaculture Life. So those are the main reasons why we wanted to create a dedicated marketplace for the aquarium industry, because it's by no means a small industry. Hopefully that answers the question.
So what I like about that is, if I post on OpenSea, I'm getting lost. Even, the biggest aquarium companies out there are very small when it's compared to everything else that's out there. So I think that's a good sell point, is being verified. I think that's actually pretty cool. I like that a lot. So for me, I'd probably have to be one of maybe 3 or 4 people that have even done NFTs in the past. This is our use case, what I saw NFTs being used for, and you tell me what you think you see them as in the future, and I'm sure this will all change and get different. But what we did was we had a very unique anemone. We had a Nexus bubble tip anemone. We paired that with a NFT, which one of our designers made this just really cool, wicked, graphic, JPEG, whatever. We also had a painter paint physically the Nexus bubble tip anemone. And then one of our sponsors of the stream made a box, anemone shroom box, with the anemone engraved on the box. So we had a 4-set piece where you had the digital NFT, you had the actual coral, you had the housing for the coral in the box, and then you had the actual physical painting. And if you held the NFT in your wallet, you had 10% off as long as you held that in your wallet, you got 10% off of my website. Now, if you sold the NFT, that person got 10% off on the website. That's what I saw it being used as. The only thing that I had a problem with was 90% of the people didn't have a wallet yet, so they didn't really get the use case of it. But I thought that's an awesome idea. It's almost like an open messenger. I could drop them. If I'm a business owner, that's where I think the business owners maybe don't see the value. I can drop them. Would it be through your website where I would drop them, say, deals or discounts, or what is the use case scenario? Because that's where I see it as almost like a direct connection with people who are super fans who hold that NFT, giving them value with the NFT, not just a picture that you could display, which is whatever, you could screenshot or whatever.
This is why people like yourself and brands and business owners like yourself are going to absolutely kill it over the next 5 years, because that use case is perfect. You went all the way with real world utility, a real coral. You went all the way with art. You went all the way with engraving and boxing and the digital NFT, plus the discounts. That's like super premium, advanced level stuff. And that's exactly what we want to offer other brands and stores to do in an easy to use website. So you got it perfect. That is absolutely perfect. What I would say to the two things, and this is how we started speaking on Facebook, when you said, there's only 1% maybe of people that have a wallet or something like that. Yes, that's true at the moment. And that doesn't matter. That's still 1% of people that will be shopping on your website as opposed to somebody else's website. So if you release 100 NFTs and you sell only 10 of them, that's still 10 super fans that you can take care of. It doesn't cost anything for the other 90 NFTs to sit there forever. It doesn't matter. You have now made a connection with those 10 people, and over the next 3 to 5 years, the other 90 will sell over time. But your example there is like proper platinum one-of-one NFT, which is fantastic. Our website can offer things like that. So it's not my website, it's actually up to the brand to offer things like that. But some other ideas that we've been looking at and brainstorming with other content creators and stores is, instead of something so in-depth and detailed as that, it could be something as simple as 100 membership tokens that, yes, allow discounts to websites. It may allow early access to frag sales. It may allow featuring on your stream, for instance. It may allow VIP access to Reef Stock or Reefapalooza or other reef shows as well. So there's all these. It's up to the content creator what they want to give back to the community. But for the 10th time, what you just explained about what you did is perfect. And it's the reason why guys like yourself that jump on this early are going to kill it in the next 3 to 5 years if you have the patience to wait and build it out.
Well, that was my hope for sure. And I guess some of the pushback would be, well, why don't we just do that with an email list? And like right now, I can't really argue against that, because it's like, well, if I got your email, you made a big purchase on my site, I got your email, I can drop you stuff to your email. That would be really no different right now. And I guess that would be what some old school people would say. Well, I'm not going to download this wallet. What I guess for me, I guess I'll let you answer, but what do you think's the difference? Because to me, it's more personalized. It's like when I go to your website, it's almost like a social media page there rather than just a informal email that, yeah, you can send a mass email out and give people discounts. But through the NFT with the wallet, there's art involved. It doesn't have to be art. It could be gifts. It could be video files. I don't think people really realize all the time that it's not just a piece of digital artwork. So I guess if I'm a business owner, why do I want to go to your website rather than just use my email list that I've been compiling for the past 10 years?
Well, you should use your email list, definitely. So NFTs and blockchain and all this community stuff, it's not meant to take away from email lists and Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and all these things. You need all of them together. But what I would say to this is an email list is just another number. So I looked at all your numbers on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and you have around 36,000 followers across all the platforms. There may be some overlap, but you don't know personally who your first subscriber was, who your first 100 subscribers were. Now that people can see the content that you create and see the value you provide them, you're gaining followers like crazy every day. But how do you benefit and how do you thank and show support to your first 100 subscribers or to your first 500 super fans? Whenever you release a video or a live stream or a Instagram post, I'm sure out of the 36,000, you've got like 100 there that are like liking it, commenting every day. How do you benefit the super fan? You can't do that with email lists. You can't do that with reef bucks or points or anything like that. So I say to that, in a world where everything is diluted, merchandise, products, discounts, NFTs, because of their scarce nature, concentrate the market and allow you to connect better with those super fans. At the moment, it is just your super fans that are going to do this, but you still might have 100 or 1,000 of them. In 3 to 5 years' time, NFTs will be just like a normal coffee cup. Everyone will have them, but until then, it is just about you and your super fans.
Let's say I send a customer an email with a discount code. Cool. Let's say the next guy goes, all right, well, I like artwork on my phone, I guess, or whatever. I don't think people are really seeing the full potential of, like, in 5 years, when you play Fortnite, you can probably import that NFT from Kush Corals into Fortnite. When you go on your VR and on your Oculus and you're on your home screen, you could bring those NFTs. When you go to your Twitter, the NFTs will be connected there. When you go to whatever it is in the future, you have NFTs connected to it. So that's the deal where it's going to be able to, you're going to be able to bring these things with you. So like when a business owner goes, well, what they don't, I'm sending them just an image with a connection to be able to send them stuff. It's so much more than that I don't think they really are seeing, the full picture of where these NFTs are going to, when people say the word metaverse, I think it's more of a time period where digital things are almost just as important as physical things. And I think people are going to be bringing and showing off their digital things. And that's where I don't think people really see how important the wallet connecting to other websites is different than just sending somebody a piece of artwork over the phone. And that's where if you're a business owner and you're confused and you're like, I don't see it, it's because it's not quite there yet. You can put NFTs on your Twitter, but it's very few people have that. And it's not even unlocked for everybody yet. So it's still so early is the problem.
You brought up a good point there, and this relates to I think it was a Facebook post you did a few days ago about reef booths, like getting a booth at a reef show. And you showed your engagement and how many people, and you broke it down in real terms, such as how many people were at the booth, how many people engaged with the booth, all those things. So I think metaverse is another buzzword that's being used. I think that the metaverse is something you use every day on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook. I think you are already doing that, and you are showing the benefits of that without having to go to a show or go to and set up a booth and all those costs associated with it. You are already doing that and doing it well. So again, people are thinking this metaverse is going to be here in a few years, it's going to be VR and all those things. Yes, it will be, but we're already there now, and you've already created it on Twitch, on YouTube. So that's what I think to that. It's here now, and yeah, you're a testament to that. Not to say that reef shows aren't good. I just did one last week in Melbourne, and it was fantastic. So there's space for all of this, but it may be, instead of you having a booth at the next reef show, you could hold a Twitch or a YouTube stream and raffle off some NFTs, fly to the reef show, and then do a VIP dinner for your NFT holders, because people still crave that real world interaction, and so do I. I hated the past 2 years stuck inside. So as fun as Twitch and YouTube and all this stuff is, and it is the metaverse that we're in now, people still crave for that real world utility, and NFTs offer you both.
Yeah, so I think it's always, people live in an or lifestyle, and I live in a and lifestyle. I don't think it's one or the other. That's why we did the painting, the NFT, the real coral, and there was 2 reasons I thought that was cool. Was because, for one, lineage. If somebody wanted to sell this coral, they could literally prove they got it from us by showing the NFT. If they wanted to sell the NFT but keep the painting, they could do that. If they wanted to sell the painting, if they could do it, you could do whatever. So it's digital. It's like it pairs with it. Everybody wants to say gold versus Bitcoin. It's like, no, gold and Bitcoin. So I'm definitely in that boat where it's not going to. Yeah, when I say, man, the Twitch streams are doing awesome for us, I'm not saying that it's going to totally get rid of the real frag swap. I'm saying that it's just an alternative in a different way. And when you start to digitize things, there's more analytics, there's more ways to program things. And when you can program things, it's an unlimited amount of things you could do, as opposed to what you can actually do in the real world. Just like it has its restrictions that you can do only in the real world. So I think, as somebody said in the chat here, I feel like the NFT boom is over. And I'll tell you what, you can respond to that. Here's what I say to that. If you look at OpenSea, I believe that their trading is down, like, it's something crazy, like 95% or something like that. I think the boom of it possibly is definitely peaked, but NFTs are not going anywhere. Anybody who thinks that an NFT is just going to be gone in a year or two, it's not going to happen. Everything has to go through its learning curve, and everything has to catch up with everybody else. So NFTs not going anywhere. But I do agree with you that the whole $100,000 NFTs out of nowhere, that is probably over. But this is where people like us are the people you want to listen to, because nobody's telling you about NFTs and Bitcoin right now because everybody says it's over. That's when you want to be in there. That's why they say buy the fear, sell the hype. Buy when there's blood in the streets. That's why he's saying he's not here for just to get rich quick. He's down here when the chips are down, because we're building now for when it all comes back. The NFT's not going anywhere, but it's taking a hit for sure. What do you say to people that say the whole NFT, it's just over?
The crap bullshit projects are over. The one of 10,000, crazy turtles and donkeys and all these weird animals, that's over. There's no real world utility at all. And second to that, again, it's about real world utility. If people trust you, Kush Corals or Delua or Reef Builders, then NFTs will never be over, because it's just a way of proving ownership to a particular membership or asset base. So there's nothing to be over. There's nothing that's going to disappear. Yes, the hype's over, but that's just how it is. I mean, the economy in general is over. All the coral hype is over in regards to these 5-figure coral sales that we were getting throughout COVID. Everything has its peaks and troughs, but to say that NFTs are over, I don't think there's ever been one technology that has changed. If you look at the internet, if you look at QR codes, if you look at the car, any technology that makes something easier to do, and in the case of NFTs, verifying ownership, it's not over, it's just beginning. Just don't listen to the hype on the way up, and don't listen to the hype on the way down. It's about verifying ownership to a product. At the moment, how do you prove? I mean, how do you even prove you own your house? Half the people, I don't think, would know where the deed to their property is. You know, even your car, how do you prove you own your car? It's on a piece of paper that's probably the ink's all faded away. NFTs allow permissionless and verifiable identity instantly on the blockchain, fully visible in seconds. So that's the technology, not the monkeys or not the 10,000. The technology is in the NFT itself.
Yeah, I think what happens is that technology happens and it's revolutionary. People that understand it take that and then they try to extrapolate and try to make money in all these different ways they can. Then people see those ridiculous ways they're making money and they go, nah, this ain't real, whatever. And then they get, sidetracked. It's happened with Bitcoin. It happens with the NFTs. It's happened with the .com bust, boom and bust. It happens all the time, but it's when the ashes fall and the actual technology that remains gets built on is when the actual gains, really happen, especially if, you're early. Now, when people think NFTs, that's what they think. They think, I'm going to buy this picture and sell it for 100,000. That's not at all what we think when we think NFTs. We think more marketing and more being able to basically reward people who reward you by sharing your stuff and who are super fans of what you do. It's just another way of connecting and communicating. All humans do is communicate, and we communicate digitally. I know for me, I communicate digitally way more than I communicate in real life, and I'm not proud of it. That's just how the way it ended up being. So I think that people who just say this is not going to be there anymore, I don't know. I don't think that's a smart way to go about the future, just because you're boxing yourself out to some really cool things that you may be missing out on. And as a business owner, you're really missing out on opportunity for, newer waves of people to connect with. There's people who like us because we were pro Bitcoin this whole time. There was people who connected with us being like, hell yeah, Kush Corals takes Bitcoin in 2016. Like we got fans because of that. And I think that's a smart move for business owners to make sure that they don't just, poo-poo new ideas, because all this stuff is coming so fast. It's easy to get scared of new stuff. How many of these business owners were like, I'll never be on Facebook? Now you're killing yourself if you're not on there.
You said it. It happens all the time with every new technology, and it's going to be the same with TikTok as well. Everyone's starting to get on that now in the aquarium industry. It happened with Instagram after TikTok, after Facebook. Sorry, it's just a fear of starting again, a fear of zero followers, zero engagement. It's that fear of something new.
See, and that's crazy. You shouldn't be afraid of it. You should embrace it, because it's a whole brand new beginning. You know what I mean? You're early. It's like if you're starting a Facebook page now, good luck. You might as well go get into the NFTs now, because you're already so far behind,
And that's our motto. It's like, welcome, you're early. And we are very, we know that our YouTube channel and all the talks I've given and all the posts on Facebook and Instagram we do, we're only going to get 20 views, 50 views, sometimes 100 views, still on double-digit subscribers. It doesn't matter. We're early. It's going to take years for this to build it up. Everyone was laughing at BRS, 15 years ago, when they made all these YouTube videos so in depth, and they had like 300 views, 400 views, and people were saying, including myself, why are they even doing this? No one's even watching. It's so much effort for someone to not even watch. Well, 10 years later, look at them now. So it's all good. It's slow, and I understand everyone's hesitation because of all the crap that's gone on over the past few years, but there's no rush either. You just take it slow, learn. I'm available 24/7 on every social media outlet that I can use to answer questions, just like I did with you when you posted on Facebook. I want to be very open and hold people's hands through the process. And we're not going anywhere, and it's going to take years for this to build. But I think if you get on early enough, or if you at least learn the words and the mantra of what the whole space is about, then you're already well ahead of everyone else. And that's all I'd say. We're not going anywhere. Take your time. Reach out to me anytime. Obviously, you can reach out to yourself as well because your knowledge base is huge. And let's just all take it slow and learn about this together.
Yeah, and here's the problem too, especially as a business owner, if you don't stay up on it. If you're like, man, I don't want to learn TikTok. It's a new platform. Maybe you're not scared of starting at zero. You're just like, I don't have the time to learn this. Here's the problem. You have to make time because when the next thing comes, that's built on that foundation. So if you didn't know how to do live video, you sure not going to know how to do the stream that way. If you don't know how to stream, you're not going to know how to use a green screen. If you don't know how to use the green screen, you're not going to be able to make those short clips. If you can't make those short clips, when the next thing that comes along, you're just going to be so far behind. A lot of times it doesn't have an immediate ROI, but that doesn't matter. Just like he said with the bulk reef videos, they didn't have a return on investment after they put those, got those 200 views or whatever. But now the YouTube videos probably get 3,000 views in the first few minutes and they can make sales right off that right away. So more or less for business owners and content creators, these are things that I think just the best thing you can do is have an open mind. That's why I wanted to have you on, to have people know, really, because in 2 years, people are going to go back and be like, damn, Bobby and Anthony were talking about this shit a long time ago, and now it's here, and we are going to be more advanced then. So I have up on the screen your website, testnet.aquaculture.life. I've got your YouTube channel. I've got your Discord right here. Anything you want to tell the people or show them or anything, obviously you want them to get to the Discord so they can stay up to date there. The YouTube, it looks like he's doing clips and all that stuff. So make sure you guys go subscribe to the YouTube channel. And while he takes it away and lets us know anything he wants us to know, now's the time for you guys to put the questions in the chat for anything you want to know. So take it away, my man, and you tell me if you want me to go to anywhere on your site or anywhere here. I'm on the site now. The site looks good, by the way. That's a really good looking site.
Yeah, thank you. So in the blockchain world, there is a testnet version of every blockchain. That's where you run all your tests and look through all your bugs and stuff like that. So that testnet site isn't the actual aquaculture site. All you got to do to go to the real aquaculture site is remove the word testnet. So it's aquaculture.life. We're still testing it. It's launched, but we don't want anyone to upload any NFTs yet until we officially launch. We are testing with a small community in Discord. So I would say, firstly, if you'd love to help out with the testing, whether you're a brand or a hobbyist, or you want to know more and we can hold your hand through that process, please DM me on or message any of the social medias that we're on: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Discord. Like, we are accessible everywhere. And a lot of people I've noticed are nervous to ask questions because they think it's a dumb question. But in this landscape of blockchain, crypto, there are no dumb questions. So if you don't ask it now, it's all good. Hit me up on Facebook or any other way necessary after the chat if you're more comfortable with that. But yeah, keep on checking testnet.aquaculture.life and also aquaculture.life. And you'll see when NFTs start to drop. I'm doing maybe 5 of these Zoom calls a day with brands and stores and content creators to explain the concept to them. And the sooner you get on, the better. You don't have to sign up and get an NFT instantly. You can just learn about it. We're not going to push you to mint your NFT instantly. It's a learning process. And second to that, there is no charge to use the website as a brand or a store. We, Aquaculture, make money only when your NFT sells. The only cost you'll be paying are what's called gas fees. These are fees that write the NFT in the blockchain. It does not go to us, it goes to the network. So there is no cost, it's just the minting fees, that's all.
So is it minted after somebody purchases it? It's like, so that's where it doesn't cost anything until it's actually purchased?
So our website mints the collection and the grouping of NFTs, which is the collection. But then after each individual purchase, the user mints when they purchase. So if you say have 50 NFTs, to upload the 50 NFTs to the website, you will mint a collection as Kush Corals. That's one minting fee. And then if you don't sell any, it just sits there. And then every time you sell one NFT to each individual user, the user mints the NFT. So they pay the gas fees to mint the individual NFT in the collection of the NFT.
So how do you guys make money as a company? Is it more or less, I'm going to be able to control the, you have all your other companies to where it's going to help? I don't understand where you would make money as a company.
Aquaculture, just like eBay, we make a commission off the first sale of NFTs, which is a higher commission. And then we take a small commission on every secondary sale in perpetuity. So that's another thing with NFTs, which is huge, and it keeps the content creator accountable. It's not like you create the NFT, you sell the NFT, and that's it. The NFTs exist forever. So if you keep on creating awesome content and there's a lineup to get your NFTs and they're all sold out, then someone that bought your NFT for say $200 can now sell that eBay style on the aquaculture marketplace for whatever the market wants to pay. It may be $400, $500. So the owner of the NFT is going to make $300 profit because they bought it low and they bought it at the start, and you as the content creator are going to make the commissions in perpetuity on every secondary sale. So the more content that you create and the more engagement that you drive keeps the price of your, not the price of your NFT, but keeps your community happy, therefore keeping the NFTs either sold out or selling for a much higher price than they were first sold for. So long-winded way of answering the question, just like eBay, we make commission only when the first NFT, only when each individual NFT is sold, and then a small commission on the secondary sales. Now, we will also, because we are making commissions on the secondary sales, that keeps us accountable as well for every brand on the website. So we don't want Kush Coral NFTs to be stagnant. We want you to collaborate with us for NFTs. We may do an aquaculture, Kush Corals t-shirt drop. And you can only get one of these shirts if you own an NFT of both aquaculture and Kush Corals. We want to keep engagement alive, and NFTs keep everybody accountable because you do get that commission in perpetuity.
So is that I believe on OpenSea you get to set your commission on the resale. Is that something you can do on your site, or is it a set commission?
It's a set commission, but we can also change it if we can change it in the back end before the smart contract is minted, and then we can change it back to. We can change it, but once an NFT is minted, if we change it afterwards, the initial NFT minted sticks with the rules prior to the minting.
Right.
So yes, it can be changed, but it can only be changed prior to minting of the NFT.
Awesome. Well, what do you guys think? You got any questions for them? I'm on their website right now. Aquaculture Life on YouTube, aquaculturelife.life on Facebook, Instagram. You guys get on the Discord. Man, I'm glad you came on. I just think we're so early on this stuff, man, and I think it's over some people's heads, but I'm just interested in blockchain, censorship-free stuff. I think it's awesome that my 8-year-old could set up a wallet and nobody is, fingerprinting her or whatever. So I think it's the future. Decentralization is where everything's going to be. I would like to be on here and do some stuff with you in the future. So I don't know, man. You got any last words for the people? I know I want to get set up on here and get some stuff going.
Yeah. Again, it's very common that people don't have questions because they're a little bit kind of dumbfounded by the whole conversation. So just DM me, or they can DM you, and we can and kind of touch base and work it all out. But second to that, we can definitely, you and I I'm going to do a group NFT drop for 10 businesses and content creators in the aquarium industry, where I can, not that I really need to run you through it, but I can run everybody through how to create an NFT on our website and how to mint the NFT and all that good stuff. We've built the website and it's 18 months and still going. We're just about finished now. We've built the website to look and feel like a normal website, which is, browse images, upload images, just like a normal Facebook site or social media platform. So it's not anything too crazy. And second to that, it is built in true Web3, meaning the imagery, the NFTs are stored on the blockchain, not by our website. So you can take them from our website and sell them on OpenSea or other NFT marketplaces as well. It's true Web3. You're not stuck in our aquaculture universe at all. It's just a safe space to buy, sell, and browse other aquarium like-minded brand stores and hobbyists in there.
That's pretty awesome. I'm on the leaderboard page right here, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we've got a leaderboard. Yeah, that's a pretty cool of kind of keeping everybody engaged. So, who's bought the most, who's sold the most, who owns the most, who's created the most. We're going to run all-time competitions, quarterly competitions, all sorts of different comps. We can do, we're just trying to make it fun for everybody. There's a few pages there that we've got up our sleeve that we haven't officially closed off yet, such as the $1 Million Aquarium. I'll talk about that later. It's something you'd probably love. There's a few links that are showing some weird text and stuff, but we're going to close those off soon. We only launched the site officially on Ethereum mainnet last week. But if you want to play around with the site and upload NFTs and things like that, jump on the testnet version, I would suggest.
Awesome, man. Well, you are the shit, dude. I'm glad you popped in. I'm glad everything's going good over there. It's cool to have more people in the industry that are into this. So I'm looking forward to the future, man. And hopefully we can be on that marketplace and make it a more regular thing for most people. I think most people, if you're watching this, the first thing, at least I would tell you to do, is go Google or YouTube MetaMask. Or if you already have Coinbase, Coinbase wallet. It's not hard, man. You didn't know how to use email at one point and you learned it's not much harder than using email. So get yourself a wallet. Get familiar with seed phrases. That's really the only thing you really need to know, is how to store a seed phrase in case you lose your wallet. You can recover it anywhere you are in the world. And that's what makes it awesome, man. Let's make these NFTs worth millions, and then we could go all over the world and just pop it in with our brain by remembering our seed phrase. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and thank you for having me. It's a lot of people are scared to talk about this stuff because of the negative stigma attached to the word. So, like I said before, if you know of any other content creators that you know and respect, send them my way. I want to do as many of these talks as possible, just to get my name out there more and more. So thanks for the opportunity as well.
Awesome, man. Well, I'll send you the video. If I make any shortcuts and stuff, I'll send that to you too. And if you do the same, send them to me. I'll hit you up tomorrow with the video file and let you do your thing and cut it up. And I appreciate you, man. We'll have you on again in the future, I'm sure.
Awesome, man. And let's put a note in the diary, 20th of October. Let's touch back on in 2025 and see how many views this YouTube video will have.
Let's do it, man. Before you leave, give us your Bitcoin price prediction for for the end of the year and the end of next year.
End of this year? I think this is, all right, what are we at now? We're at about 19,000 for Bitcoin, 1,300-ish for Ethereum. I would say both of them have hit their lows, okay? So I don't think we're going to go lower than the previous low of 4 months ago. I think we've got another 10 to 20% downside in both crypto, in both Ethereum and blockchain, Ethereum and Bitcoin. And end of next year, wow, I can't even guess what's going on next week with the volatility. I would say, I'd say that the Ethereum would be 3,500, 4,000 end of next year, I predict, as long as the Fed can loosen the taps again. And Bitcoin, yeah, maybe 35, 40-ish.
Okay, not too bad. We put out a stress puffin shirt, one of our shirts with our puffer fish, and we put out an orange hat version. Anybody who owns the orange hat T-shirt, when Bitcoin hits 100K, they get $100 box of corals. So we're a little far off from Bitcoin hitting 100K right now. I still believe we will at some point, but it might take 4 or 5 years or so. But you might want to pick up one of those shirts just so you can get a free $100 of corals when it happens.
Please, yeah, send me the link. I'll jump on it straight away.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you. We'll let you get out of here. You guys go over there. We're gonna go raid your stuff after the stream. I'm gonna make sure that everybody goes and likes all the social media stuff, brother.
Thank you. And yeah, thanks for your time. I love your content. You're doing it amazingly well. You don't need me to tell you that. Yeah, we're early, so enjoy.
Appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you soon. I'll be in touch.
Thanks.
Later, brother.
Bye.
Pretty awesome. Reef Nasty. You're fucking stupid, dude. He said, I'm still learning to tie my shoes. Well, I like bringing stuff that I'm into, so hopefully you guys dug that. NFTs and crypto and reefing, the metaverse, all this stuff, obviously you guys know I'm super into. So I thought it would be cool to get him on. I never heard of the company that he has his dry goods and stuff through, but some of you guys I think have. And I also talked to him about possibly bringing in some of his stuff and all that. So you never know, man. Opening doors to new stuff is what we're all about here. Pretty cool little website. So see here where it says connect to wallet. This is where the future is, man. You'll be able to put your MetaMask and all that stuff on there. And it's kind of like you're signing in through an outside party. So thank you guys for watching the interview episode 1. Anthony Blinoff, aquaculture.life. Life, baby. That's what I'm talking about.